How you doing? This is Radical Improvements, and today we're going to be talking about building an attractive aesthetic. Specifically, going to be talking to a friend of mine, Chris here, who runs his own YouTube channel. And the shocking thing about Chris is, he was in a coaching group that I work in as a self-development coach. And right at the end of the coaching, you decided to share with us how you used to look, basically we got no time at all to react to this crazy appearance transformation that you made. And so I wanted to kind of selfishly, but also to show the audience what's possible if you have the motivation and work on yourself, reinvent your appearance. I wanted to just walk through how your transformation was and all that stuff, and maybe some guides can learn about what they're going through an aesthetic appearance, switch up, glow up, I think as the girls call it. And yours was definitely a glow up from what I've seen.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. Well, the first thing that I'll say is it takes time. There are some things that you can knock out real quickly, but as far as your body is concerned, it's going to take some time.
Yeah.
So just be patient with yourself. I've never done steroids. I mean, I don't think I look like I do steroids, but never done any of that.
The only thing I've ever used is Melanotan. So I haven't delved into going into that world yet either, in any deep serious way. I'm not against it or against anyone that uses that stuff. Whatever you need to do, man. I think it'd be good to start looking at the old you. This is what shocked all of us in the coaching group. We were like, damn, that's how you used to look. And if you want to rinse yourself, you want to roast your old appearance. I think you told me before this, I want to roast myself.
We can start real quick with high school. Just go real quick. We won't linger on them too much. But so this is me in high school. Little old me, and I was a skater. You have to understand, this was early 2000s, and hey, I wish I still had my good old Black Label hoodie, because that was fire. It had a American flag on the back too. It was sick, loved it, but that was my uniform. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everybody has their uniform, their comfy outfit. So that was one of my main uniforms, that Black Label hoodie all the time.
I love skatecore. I'm a big skatewear fan, but I usually try and blend the items in rather than just go full out, because I don't skate. I'd be a massive poser. It's the facial hair that's doing it for me here. The facial hair combo with the glasses. It's the hippie teacher look with the skater gear.
It's bad, bro. You have to be I don't know how to pull it off, but I was wearing glasses, the whole thing, and I didn't shave until I had a huge goat. So I had a horrible, scraggly, pubes on my face for years, until finally I decided to shave clean. So it was cringe. But anyway, baggy pants, good old stuff like that. Skate shoes that are scratched up and messed up, didn't have a pair of chill shoes that I would wear that were clean. I just wore whatever I had.
Yeah. It's not uncommon for just high schoolers who don't really know how to dress. There's obviously high school kids who get the fashion stuff quickly, and then college kids as well. You clearly weren't one of them. No offense to that, man. Damn.
So Sam, damn, dude. So this was another one of my uniforms. I always wore this shirt, this striped shirt, and because it was comfy, and I think that I did that a lot because maybe I wasn't comfortable in my own body. So I didn't wear a lot. I didn't wear tank tops. I didn't wear a ton of shorts when I was younger, all the time. Almost never would I wear shorts at school. And I would pretty much wear really baggy t-shirts, or wear these long ass, I guess this is a Henley, but it is
a Henley, yeah.
It's awful. I look like Waldo.
Style.
I look like Waldo. I look like homeless Waldo. There you go.
There's some aesthetics out there online where they would find this cool. So don't worry about that. Yeah. I will say someone's going to come across this video and watch it and be they're taking they're mocking styles that other people find quite thing. And it's cool if you want to wear it. But I think, as we're going to get into later, for the stuff that we're into, specifically getting girls and dating, this shit doesn't fly very well.
Yeah.
So
look at this hair. Look at this hair. This is another thing about the hair.
It looks like you didn't really know what you were doing with the grooming. That's what I would say about when I see the picture, when I see people who come and they just don't have any, they're not even aiming at anything. They just don't know. They just don't really care.
Right.
Or they're not. Yeah. That's what it is. You're not trying to do something here. You're just letting it grow, which is its own thing.
Exactly. It's just I would get a buzz cut and then just let it go, and then get another buzz cut.
You know what's interesting though as well here, So if someone rocked up, say to the forum, to Andy's coaching, to me for like fashion advice and help with like their look and aesthetic, I would tell them, and they asked me like, yeah, am I good looking enough? I'd tell them, yeah, 100%. Like based on that Stonehenge photo, like
Yeah.
you have, like, it's obvious you have like a good looking face. You just need to sort
Right.
out, and you actually were relatively low body fat too. So it's just a case of like sorting out your grooming and putting you in some better outfits. It really is that
Yeah.
simple sometimes. Whoa, is that you?
Oh yeah, just wait, homie. So this is like the height of my skinniness, like my skinny awkward. I just got to college, right?
Yeah.
So you can see I'm really thin, just plain old whatever, glasses, the buzz cut, just buzz it and forget about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I started, living a little bit in the sense of just like kind of trying out new things. This is when I really started to just try things, even though I didn't know what I was doing. I think that really I started to try things here and there. So like I started growing out my hair and I just let it grow. And so it would get big and poofy like that. I would get the kind of like Elvis kind of look, just a big pompadour on accident with the sideburns.
Did you
But
get laid at
then
this point? Did you get laid at this point? Because you aren't, I
no.
said you're
Oh no,
obviously not a bad looking dude. You're just making
no,
terrible choices.
this is undergrad. So this is undergrad. And so I didn't get laid until I got to X-ray school in Southern California.
Hmm.
So anyway, I started growing out my hair.
Oh God, no. Yeah, that went downhill quickly.
Hold on. So this is before. So again, homeless look. Like I literally look like I should be living in a dumpster.
You
You know
look
what I mean?
burnout. You look very burnout. I don't know if you, it
Yeah,
looks like you
and
smoke weed. Yeah.
everybody thought that I smoked weed. This is a Christian school. Like there's no smoking weed. People are smoking weed and are doing drugs, but I had no idea because I was such a straight-laced guy. But everybody thought that I smoked weed. Everybody thought that I was like that, but I wasn't. I was just unkempt and looked
Yeah,
like shit.
you went from like you went from clearly like good looking guy with good potential to like
Yep.
burnout hippie look. Like this
Yeah.
looks like this is like the epitome of I don't
Yeah.
care about my appearance when you
Yeah.
get to this point. And like you just like the college
Exactly.
kid, like I've just let everything go. Like I hope
Yeah.
this guy, like you'd be next to this guy wondering if he's had a shower recently or something like that. See any problem with this
Yeah.
kind of stuff. There are
Exactly.
obviously I've done before on the channel like Ed's Bohemian look, and there's so many good ways to do like attractive Bohemian looks and like kind of hippie spiritual kind of
Yeah.
aesthetics
Oh,
that don't
yeah.
involve looking like you never leave your
Like
room because you're
shit.
like just baked all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's that's what we were trying to actually avoid when I was doing with Ed, was like we want to make it look like you
Yeah.
don't smoke a ton of weed and like you're actually kind of like a cool kind of like the actual epitome of this is the name the guy who plays Aquaman. What the fuck's his name?
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. But you can't, you obviously he's like, like Samoan or something and like jacked. You can't necessarily get that stuff, but you can, everything else he wears, like the style he wears and the way he does it in a cool way and that kind of, you can do that. You don't have to look like a communist professor from the 60s. Like,
right.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. It's so same. So the earlier pictures of you, it's just like guy with good looking face, had a good head of hair, good potential, just making poor choices in fashion.
I really was a good looking loser, like for sure. Look at the difference.
Yeah, look at the face as well though and everything. Like you look so much better with like, it's like crazy the difference between, it's like two different fucking people, man. Like the stoner picture versus here is like, it's absolutely crazy.
Absolutely. Yeah, so let's move into when I
want to move into you fixing it, basically. That's what I would say. Yeah.
Let's do it. So I was experimenting. And I went through phases of cutting all that hair off, then staying clean cut, then having it grow back, blah, blah, blah. But I experimented with facial hair, right? Tried the mustache, tried the wax, tried all that shit, right? I tried the long hair, but this time, clean shaven and trying to like do the bad boy thing, it's okay, but my forehead's kind of big. I started experimenting with clothes a little bit and trying to like dress a little bit nicer. So I was trying to use buttons, see how the haircut's real nice. I got like a high fade and everything. Now I'm still really skinny. but it's like I'm finally starting to get a haircut on a regular basis now. Um, Shout out to one of my good friends from X-ray school. I won't mention her name, but she knows who she is. Where she was like, "You need to get a haircut," because I had the poofy, never kempt. And then finally, she took me to get a haircut. She told the barber what to do, and then it kind of like set the precedence. Okay, this is what I do now. And
That's
so, like,
great.
shout out to
I
her.
like that. I like
But
that.
she
You
was
took
really
you took like
helpful.
a you took that to the barber. Like I say to guys, like you gotta get a barber you can actually like talk to properly and like get some kind of like
Yeah,
back and forth and have an idea of what you want. And then they can give advice back too. And it's just about finding a good one essentially, and then paying them more money usually.
yeah,
I want you. So you say you're too skinny, yeah? I think when we
yeah.
were
See,
talking
look at
before, I
that.
was like, I wanted to move in.
Woo!
I think when we spoke before, I wanted to talk about how like the physique change,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
so the biggest thing here is like, yeah, there's obviously when it comes to like sorting out your hair, sorting out all this stuff, a lot of this was like no brainers. Someone probably told you look like shit or something. I don't know what happened, but like moving into moving into physique and like getting to where you are now, especially with that stuff, the
yeah.
motivation required, like what was your driving motivation? Was it like building a sense of confidence in yourself? Was it external factors, things you wanted that would have be like girls, for example, and dating?
Yeah, yeah, I think it was all a part of it because I had little spurts, just like I had spurts of trying to improve my looks and then give up. I went through multiple bouts of depression and then you let your looks go. Kind of the same thing with health, where I kind of started working out in the gym in undergrad, but then, didn't really stick to it because none of my friends were really doing it that often. So I just kind of let it go, continued to stay really skinny. And then I would say the big change started. I had a weight kit that my dad had bought me a long time before that. And I had just been carrying it around from place to place. And finally, I started using it. And I was dating a girl at the time, which was a long term girlfriend, one of the pretty much the only long term girlfriend I had had. And I was still unskilled with women. It happened. I kind of knew her for a long time and it kind of just happened. And so I was kind of messing around with it. And then the breakup happened. Right.
Of course,
And
of
so
course, of
it's
course
always,
the
it's
physique
always that.
journey. There's every
Yeah.
bodybuilder, every
Yeah.
great physique. There's a breakup story. Like
Right.
even Scotty. Did you see the video I did with Scotty where it was like he was talking about this? Where it was literally like, it wasn't physique, it was tattoos for him. The reason he got the
Yeah.
face
Yeah.
tattoo and the
Yeah.
neck tattoo was
Hmm.
because he was like, "Fuck, I'm broken up with this girl. I'm
Yeah.
just gonna go all in with tattoos." And
Right.
usually that for guys that is physique. Like they just go into the
Right.
gym and train like an animal.
Right.
That's funny, man. That's cool.
But here's the thing is that it wasn't necessarily right away because I had to deal with that depression for literally like a year or
Yeah,
some change.
yeah.
So like I was kind of just being a pile of shit. Like I started growing the hair out again. Like there's other pictures, but like again, super scraggly hair, terrible. I was still getting the high fade, but then it was going long and my hair is wavy. So it looks like shit, like coming down this. It was awful. And I just kind of let myself go. And then finally, I want to say it was like 2017 or 2000. Yeah, I think it was like 2017 or 18 when I was just like super depressed, super like just having bouts of depression where I would take 3 days off to go have some fun, go to Los Angeles to skate. And I just stayed in bed for 3 days straight. I didn't use the time that I took off. I literally stayed in bed and didn't eat or anything. I was like, dude, I think my testosterone's fucked up. And so I started looking into testosterone, this and that and the other thing. And so it's just because I felt so depressed and so tired and I wanted to keep skating and I wanted to keep playing music, but nothing was interesting anymore. And so I was like, health, let's go to the health route. So I was a vegetarian my entire life. I was raised a Seventh-day Adventist. So literally, I had never eaten meat before. So I decided, you know what? I'm going to start changing my diet. I'm going to start eating chicken at least. Started eating chicken, started going to the gym. Anytime Fitness, shout out to Anytime Fitness. And I just said, enough. I'm not going to think about it. I'm not going to worry about the exercises, what I'm going to do. I literally just went to the gym that was closest to me, signed up, and then I just started showing up. I had no massive plan. I had no plan. I just said, I'm just going to do this because I feel like shit and I'm miserable. And yes, girls played a part too, but it was
Confidence.
mostly
You
just
wanted
like
confidence. Yeah.
I just felt like awful. Like the joy in my life had gone and I was kind of starting to ramp back up. But it was like, dude, I want a girlfriend again. I want to do this. I want to do that. And it's like, I just need to start doing this for real. And then I finally started doing it for real.
Yeah.
And it, man, and I just haven't stopped since. And it's been quite a few years. Like, yeah, it's been like 5 years or something like that.
That like
And
virtuous cycle, that virtuous cycle of like action to gains to confidence. And I'm not just, obviously I say gains, I don't just mean the gym though. I just mean like you take the action, you get the gains, it builds your confidence. You have the confidence to go into more action. It's a full-on virtuous cycle that keeps spinning. And like that's how you catch the momentum and motivation.
This right here is a picture that I took maybe like a year or two ago. And then this on the right is one that I took years and years ago before I started working out. Now, it's not like I'm ugly in either one, but you can see that I just look like I'm swimming in this shirt. It's the same type of shirt, right? It's a graphic tee, it's a skeleton. But because my shoulders are massive, because my pecs are sticking out, and if you look, if you cut your cutoffs tighter in, you don't look like you're swimming in it. See, this is all the way out here. It's just like dressing a little bit better and lifting way more weights, you look completely different from the two, right? Like you just look night and day different. And it's like, that's not high fashion. It's just a total bro look. It makes a difference. Like, okay, I can pull this off because I look better, I'm healthier, I'm fit, and I'm cutting my clothes a little bit different.
Bro fashion is a great summation.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the physique matters, obviously, but the clothes matter too. Like this picture that I took on my road trip right after I finished the program, like it's got some nice colors, but it's like, it's not a graphic tee with pictures on it. It's just, it fits my frame. It's simple, it's outdoorsy kind of look, but it's clean. It's not
Patagonia,
dirty. And
yeah.
I got Patagonia, or no, it's LL Bean, but it looks like Patagonia. So
it looks a
any
lot
of
like
those types
Patagonia,
of,
yeah.
yeah, exactly. That's why I got it. And it's like, you can accessorize with something a little high tech, like a watch or something. I got a nice watch here at the beach. They're all waterproof. I like Nixon watches, they're pretty sick. And like, you can do things like this that, let's see another style that I like. Let me see. I'm also inspired, not just by the bro stuff, but I also like the kind of like the cowboy kind of country look a little bit too, but that you combine it with like chinos and stuff. So like you see the hemline goes round like that, right? Like the bottom of the shirt, it's not just straight across. It's like rounded. And see right here, it's rounded. It just gives it. I don't know. I like the way it looks, the way it tapers down like that. There's t-shirts that I have, tank tops and t-shirts that do that too. And I don't know. I like the way that looks, and everything fits better because I work out. And you can accessorize with some things like this, bracelet like this, that's like cords. It's almost like a Native American thing or whatever, that like, it's just a little bit, masculine, but it's still, got a little flair to it. Just like I've changed the way that I dress. I've changed my
You
body,
put thought into it.
obviously.
Like you actually
Yeah,
try. That's what me and Andy
yeah,
say a lot. Is like you actually look like you give a fuck. You know what I mean?
yeah, exactly. So like I'm looking at clothes, I'm trying things on. I go to the store and it may take hours and I may not buy anything, but I'm learning what colors go good together, what fits me, what's my size, what's the leg length that I need. And it takes time. It took me years. Amazon is a hack. If you have Amazon Prime and you can return things, buy all the shit, all the jewelry, like the necklaces I'm wearing right here, the necklaces, all this, the watches, bracelets, everything. Just buy a bunch of them and try them on. I didn't know what my ring size was. I didn't know what my wrist size was. You just figure it out and return it. if it doesn't
Mate,
fit you.
accessories themselves are a hack. Like, the more entertaining you get, the more you realize that. No, I like this more because I like the lighter color of the trousers. I've always
Yeah,
been a fan of the big thing I recommend is dark shade, light shade. So
yeah,
if you're kind of similar to this, yeah, like you want
yeah,
to go like light shade with one of, if you're mixing two colors, one of them is preferably a light shade because there's more impact in that look.
yeah,
But the
exactly.
contrast.
I like the cat, or like the, you know, the chinos here. And see, you can wear a cutoff, but because you look good in it, because you have muscles, it's different than if you just wore a cutoff and didn't tuck it in. You have a nice belt, you have a nice watch. So it's like athletic, but at the same time, it's dressed up. You know, you have a necklace on, um, you know, you still have a bracelet on, but it's like it looks better. It looks nice. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's just trial and error, and you know, you just got to experiment. That's the important thing. And don't be afraid to return things. Don't be afraid to bring things home, try it on, like, nope, this isn't working for me, and send it back. Like, it's cool, you know. Um, you know, I never wore jewelry. I never wore necklaces or anything because I grew up very conservative. Like, even girls didn't wear that, you know. So it's like you just have to try different things, and maybe you don't like it. Maybe rings aren't for you. Maybe bracelets aren't for you, but you just got to give it a shot and get your grooming down. Find a good person that can cut your hair right. Get your beard in check, and build a little bit of muscle, and you'll be looking great no matter what you wear.
I
Really.
didn't know you had the rural cowboy aesthetic stuff going on. I don't think we ever looked at anything in that. It's cool, man. I haven't
No,
really much. I have so
I
little
like
experience in
it.
the cowboy shit.
Yeah, I like it. I haven't gone too crazy with it because it's just like it's a whole other world, you know? Like, this is more rugged. I'm not saying it's perfect, but you know, the denim with the plaid and stuff, like it's a little bit more rugged with a beard that's in good shape and stuff. Like, there's
I love a
just
jacket. You don't know that I hate plaid, do you? I may not have said this before.
oh
My
yeah,
problem with plaid is it's like a little bit lots of guys who wear plaid, like they like button it up and shit and make it look super nice, like all the way to the top. You know what I mean? It looks like a really nice, comfortable thing you'd wear at Christmas. So like it's a
right.
little bit too nice sometimes. But if you can rug it up around it, like good boots, good jacket,
Yeah.
there are ways of doing it. As long as you have like
Yes.
a rug, like a more edgy looking jacket, if you have the better boots, if you have the good color scheme going
Yeah.
on, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's
If
just
you're
that too
wearing
many.
like tighter jeans with rips in them or something to where it looks more bad boy, but it still works. Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
you seem to know how to put your edge into like the outfits, whereas like a lot of guys who don't understand like edging things up, making yourself look a little bit more like fuck boy, like having something more going on about you, then it's
Yeah.
like it's trickier to pull off soft looks. If that makes sense because they'll just make you look really
Yeah.
nice guy.
Yeah. And that's what I think is that like the accessories can make it, because like just like this, you could wear like plaid or something, but if you have something that's rugged, like a rattlesnake, genuine rattlesnake necklace, yeah, you look a little bit more rugged, right? Like some kind of rope, fabric type of bracelet, you know, it's gonna look cool, you know,
Yeah.
no matter what you wear. So
Yeah, I
yeah,
go a lot more urban. I think I always go like a lot more urban. Like I'm always steel. Like I'm basically like steel
well,
and
yeah,
like
that's fine.
silver all the time. So it's like interesting to see like rugged accessories. Like especially when I said when I was helping Ed again, it was like we were going into like
Yeah,
what do hippies wear to make themselves look spiritual and like they wore these like weird looking like massive necklaces. And it's like the same kind of thing. Like in the
yeah,
rural aesthetic, in the rugged rural aesthetic, you have these things that everyone recognizes, like like a rope band or like something that's like you've
right,
literally taken off an animal is like way more like in keeping with that aesthetic.
right, exactly. Like an antler, like for a
An
pendant, it's like
antler, yeah.
a piece of an antler or a shark's tooth, or you can do that being a surfer guy or a backwoods, you know, lumberjack guy. You can still make it work. It's just the little accessories that make
Yeah.
it pop, you know?
Thing to round it off, Chris,
Yeah.
Action
Yeah.
Savage. If you guys aren't aware, this guy has a crazy good YouTube channel, which I'm going to flash on the screen and you guys should all go follow. I think the
Thank
final
you.
question, though, I want to ask you about is like the results that you saw, the benefits you saw in your life whether that is in dating, whether that is just in the confidence walking around, whether that's in social situations, like how people react to you. Do people take you more seriously? I don't want to lead you too far down the path, but like, I guess what is your general like reaction? Like, what's the biggest impact on your life that like changing your aesthetic towards how you want to present yourself and presenting yourself better? How has that helped you?
I feel that by focusing on my looks, it has helped me in multiple ways. And one of the biggest ways is that I just am more confident in myself because I am aware of what I look like more. I'm more conscious of my grooming, of my style, of the way that my body looks, my health. And it just makes me feel like it's more self-assuring, if you will, that like, yeah, I am a good looking person. It may seem vain, but it's not about the vanity so much as it's just like, it's okay. I am at the very least acceptable to be looked at. Right. It's not like I had a huge, like complex or something where I thought that I was hideous. But it's just like for someone who was introverted, someone who didn't have a lot of social skills, that you're not really sure where you stand in the world because you're not interacting, right?
Yeah.
And so the looks definitely helps, but unlike what the black pill might want to tell you, looks are not everything. And so it also proved to me that like, I have to still go talk to girls, right?
Yeah.
I still have to make the move. Like, I'm not trying to be cocky, but I know that I look better than almost every single person that I meet on a day-to-day basis. I know I do, but that doesn't mean I'm getting girls throwing themselves at me. A few girls will maybe interact with you, maybe more, but it's such a small percentage, it doesn't matter. And so if anything, it teaches you that it still matters for you as the man to take initiative when it comes to relationships, when it comes to making friends. But I do believe that it makes it a whole lot easier once you do initiate, because I made a video about it, about looks, and that it's looks maxing is important because people, I guarantee, I feel it, that people treat me differently the way that I look now as opposed to the way I looked back then. And even though I was shy and not interacting with a ton of people all the time, nevertheless, I just feel like because I have muscles, because I'm a little bit broader, because I'm more well put together, since I know that I look good, my head is up a little bit more when I walk. I'm a little bit more chill when I walk. That, the way I look and my confidence, people definitely, I feel, respect me a little bit more. Men see the muscles, it's just an instantaneous respect, regardless of whether I could be a total shitbag asshole, terrible person, but just the physicality changes a person's perspective of like, okay, let's not fuck with this guy. Okay, let's not, even though I never felt like I was being bullied or anything when I was younger, but it's just, you just kind of sense it. I don't know how else to describe it. And if anything, it might make women more intimidated. I don't know, but
no, you're not on like the Derek level, or like not the Derek. There's like too far, but you're not on like the Olympia stage level where like people are kind of taken aback by like the size of those guys. It's more of like a more of a generally accepted level of muscular, I think is what I would describe. I think that's what guys should aim for. I think guys, the best thing to do is aim for that, like that level of muscularity where it doesn't look like you live in the gym, but it does look like you work out. You know what I mean? Looks like you can handle yourself. It doesn't look like that all you do is wake up and train, and like that's the only thing you've got going on in your life. The other thing I think I got from you, just talking to you, like, and I've talked to a lot of guys, like the biggest thing is always like the confidence gain you get. And like maybe it also sounds like you're a lot more comfortable in your own skin, and you feel like you are like expressing who you are more as well, and like what you want, like how you're dressing is expressing yourself, but you're also telling the world what you want, and what you want is to, like, be taken seriously in dating, in social situations. That's like something that's huge, I think. I think a lot of guys, when they do this, they realize that's the main thing. It's like I said, that virtuous cycle I was talking about of like action gains confidence. And like with this, it's like you've got the confidence to now go and talk to people, and then those situations go better because your appearance is better, you make a better first impression, you build confidence, and you want to go and talk to more people. So it's like this crazy, like great motivation and confidence building exercise.
And it's not just the fact that you built some muscle or your clothes are really nice now or you have a good haircut now. That's good, and that helps definitely. Absolutely. It makes you feel more confident. But it's the road that you took to get there that also makes you more confident. Like I said, I was raised very conservative in like so conservative, like even women don't wear jewelry, a fancier watch, bracelets, like that was like completely foreign to me. Like I knew what it was, but it feels awkward when you haven't worn jewelry ever in your life. It feels awkward when you grow up wearing a bunch of long sleeve or baggy shirts and you start wearing a tank top. You feel weird, which means that you are stepping outside of your comfort zone. And then when you do it long enough, you realize, oh, nothing bad happened. Nothing, like people aren't pointing and laughing at me at least, you know, but it's like you start experimenting, you start building confidence, like, oh, I could try things that I'm not used to and it's going to be okay. I can dress differently, try different things. I can change my haircut, change my style. I can cologne, another big one, getting cologne for the first time. That was weird. That was awkward. But now I wear cologne every day. And it's like you build your confidence because you are experimenting. You may not stick with that look that you started with experimenting. You may change completely, but you learn to just accept it. Okay, this doesn't serve me anymore. Toss it, move on to the next thing. That in and of itself builds skill to be confident in yourself, that I'm just going to try stuff and I'm just going to see if it works. And I feel like that is also a part of it, big time.
Yeah, 100%, man. 100%. It's all like, it's all confidence and action. And can we move forward? Can we figure out what works? And in that process, it's going to be a bit messy. And we've all been in that messy phase. And thank you so much for showing us all of your messy phase. It takes some balls to like go through this. Actually, I find it quite fun personally. I love showing people.
No, I love it.
Yeah.
Because I haven't looked. I was like going through all my old files and I was like, dude, this is actually awesome. Like I haven't looked at these pictures in forever. And I'm like, dude, like I have changed a lot. And it's like awesome to feel
love
that.
mocking
To
up.
just
I
like,
love the before and after mock-ups when you see these like Andy had that, like Ravi has that, I have that. Like these great before and after like mock-ups you can show just like your progress. It's awesome. Like we want to celebrate progress at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Well, mate, it's been fucking amazing talking to you. I will link your channel down below because you have this crazy, like just the quality of videos on your channel put me to shame. Like the editing,
don't worry about it, man.
And this just like the cool thumbnails with the cartoons and the memes. Love it. Everyone go check it out if you want some motivation and life advice. He comes from a very Chris comes from a very like masculine perspective, you know, building yourself up as a man. I thoroughly recommend you going and check it out. All right.
Thank you. Love you, Cam. Take it easy.
Peace out, bro.